There's a pizza place out by me that does that. You can actually crack them and throw them on the floor.
That's the place.
Nice.
And we are
Texas
live!
Roadhouse.
Woo!
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. We're back with Nerdy Playbook, Blades of Bahamut. No big things for news today, so we're just going to jump right into it. And let's go. All right. So, last we left off, you all made your way through the mines, eventually meeting your way up with a new acquaintance named Apollo. Tiefling, you haven't had much time to really acquaint yourself with, but find yourself at a familiar path to at least work together until you're able to get on even grounds to at least try to make headway of knowing each other. Heading your way through the tunnels, you eventually decide to go due north as easily as possible, making your way into the arc chamber of the tunnels, leading your way over into a very hollowed out room that has kind of a living tree that's been growing within the walls, manipulating eldritch energy. Using whatever kind of spell is happening that you guys were trying to find, it is trying to pull the life force of the area through a willing participant, which is one of the assassins, and also try to take as much energy as possible from the druid that you're supposed to rescue. You're able to fight off the witch, but as a last-ditch effort, she sacrificed as much power of herself and committed suicide to actually try to make the spell complete. While you're trying to get the lay of land, you free your new possible friend. The ground starts shaking. The eldritch energy starts to turn more into a fog as it almost starts kind of pulling itself around this circle in the center of the room. As you start feeling the floor kind of collapse in a certain section. At this point, you immediately see a large, pale hand push its way through the floor. And that's where we left off. So at this point, about here, the hand pushes its way through as you see pale hand, partially tattooed. At this point, the hand itself looks very zombie-ish, but with a lot of meat on the bones, not like drained of whatever muscle is left. And then eventually pulls itself down and immediately pushes up with force as immediately this large creature jumps itself out in humanoid form. Put them on the board. As you see a 7-foot tall, what looks like a blend between a elf and a tiefling stand there, doesn't really even take account any of you, more or less is just kind of taking in the fact, like he's like feeling his hands as he just kind of breathes in. You can see all the malnourished parts of his body just like fill up. Like he's taking his first breath of air as like all of his muscles now expand, and any parts that made him look dead are now turning into full-blooded, like lively vessels and muscles in his body that are working. Long ears that are shaped like an elf, horns curved around, black, like tar, that almost wraps around his head like a band. Crimson eyes, tears, almost like a tattoo of like permanent bleeding tears on his face. Long fanged teeth. Big and bulky, almost like a Goliath. But he doesn't, whether or not he doesn't notice you or he's just not taking care of the surroundings, he's more or less really excited and vexed that he's breathing in air as if he's never done it before, as he's like feeling his skin as if he's never felt anything before. Like he's taking this in like a drug. What do you all want to do?
Well, I'd
He's a
like
good
to back
guy.
up.
What's our play?
Maybe he's friendly?
I've got my great X ready. If he comes at any of us, I'm attacking him.
Can I move with Freya? I grab her by the hand and move her kind of over this way.
Yeah, she really doesn't have much strength to her right now. She's kind of like really drained, so you can pull her wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm going to pull her over there. Just move some space.
Silik's just gonna whisper to the group that's by him. He's like, just go. If he comes, I'll try to stop him. Just go. Go, 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 go. So Silik is gonna try to like move like right here as you move. And just tries to get close to him and just kind of like has his blade out to stop.
A motion for the others to like come over this way, maybe.
I see that, and I come over here in front of Traya.
Mm-hmm.
I want everyone to give me a stealth check. If for some reason you have to, if you have disadvantage to your armor, you still gotta give me disadvantage. But just give me a stealth check to make sure that you're not making any loud sounds that would kind of break him out of his really focus on himself.
I did 9.
9.
Oh
10.
no. Oh no.
11.
Oh god.
13.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
11 for me.
okay, not some good rolls. Not some good rolls. All right. So still, as you're going by, none of you are being overly quiet. You're not making anything that's like really like making too loud of sounds. But you're not doing a good job of like maybe like you're trying to communicate to each other, and like one of you gets frustrated and you almost like yells like shut up, you know, kind of like that, and you're not really staying super quiet. Eventually, you just kind of like as you get to where you are, he kind of just takes his full breath as he raises up his head. He just looks down at you as he opens up his eyes, as he just has this very creepy, like maniacal smile to his face, as his almost like his eyelids open as wide as possible, as he just like has like the big, wide, creepy eyes to him as he just beats them down at all of you. Well, this is a new sensation. I gotta say, I do hunger. And you all do smell delectable. Who comes
I have
first?
some rations. Oh,
Move, 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 move. I'm
We
gonna
just
try and
run.
kind of get.
I'm gonna have
Trying
everybody
to go
roll
ahead of me?
initiative.
oh no.
I have to have Silik do it too, and him. Let's see what does he have? He's got a 19. Silic has a... Oh, that was his attack. That is not what I want. 15 for Silic. All right, let's see here. Does anybody have a 20 or higher? Sweet. Anybody got 15 or higher? Okay. Apollo.
15
15. All right. What's your dex?
plus 1. 13.
Okay. 10 or higher?
14.
14.
Shit. 11.
Okay. Got you. What'd you get?
3.
And Zephinia?
Oof. 7.
Okay, they're in trouble.
Hope
All
our
right.
rolls are better.
So as he gets to go first, he immediately just holds in some breath, and then he immediately just kind of stretches out his back, and he immediately pulls himself into like almost like an ape style kind of charge, where he kind of like hunches his back and he kind of puts his fist down to the ground, and he starts to just run. Silic, trying to stay on the defense, he's going to actually make sure that he takes the hit, so he's going to go straight for Silic.
No.
And he's immediately just going to come in for a punch straight at Silic. I'm going to have him use his primal savagery on him. 22 is a hit for 18 points of acid damage. As you immediately just see his hands, his tattoos on his hands immediately turn to like a blackish green as like immediately punches his Silic. You just see like this kind of like ooze almost like push off of his hand, as if like he is like naturally has like this liquid that pushes off his body.
Interception, reduce that by 9.
Okay. He's going to take his extra attack. He's going to do it again. 25 to hit. 16 points as he immediately takes his other hand. He kind of like uppercuts against Silic. And he's going to do it one more time. 24 to hit, which does hit. For 19 points of damage. So he immediately like punches, uppercuts, and then like punches Silic straight again, as Silic just immediately just kind of gets like blasted with these attacks. It's Silic's turn now. He's immediately just gonna yell at everyone, just go, as he immediately is just gonna just like charge at, he's just gonna like run and just start slashing at him. And he's going to attack with his katana. Miss with technically a natural 1, and miss again with a 13. So he tries to strike, and his body's too thick, and he just can't do anything about it. But he is trying to stay in between you. Apollo.
Yeah, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's time to bug. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. And then I'm going to... I believe it is a... Sorry. Start it. I'm going to move, I think, another... Yeah, okay. I'm going to move another 30.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to there. How big are these tunnels, by the way?
10 feet wide.
Okay.
So if you're on the line, that's fine. So like where you are right now, you could be either here or you could be here.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to burn a first level spell to get 2 sorcery points back.
Okay.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Dira.
I am going to take the cue to try and
we do the thing?
No.
There, it's back. Okay, everybody froze for a second.
Oh, gotcha.
Apparently you could hear me, so I was trying to get Traya to move there. And then I am going to post up kind of to guard the rear as people exit. But I can't move Traya, so if you are able to get her there. Can I get her to move over there? Is that
Which
something I
spot
can
do you want her in? Like here?
Damn it. Yeah, kind of ahead of us
Okay,
on the
got
way
it.
out. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to post up here and just hold my attack in case he comes after anybody on their way out.
Okay, got it.
Oh, I can't hold my attack. I can't hold my attack. I've used my reaction. No, this is new turn. Never mind. But,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, holding attack.
Okay. Dahlia.
I'm going to run.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Can I make it? Can I make it to there and take Treya with me?
You can pull her with you. I'm gonna say she's not gonna contest it, so you can
Okay.
you can pull her with you.
Okay, and then I'd pull her with me and then use my dash action to get up to where Apollo is with her.
Okay. She's kind of a little bit out of it, so she's not even like really talking. She's like half awake. She looks like she's not like she's been beaten, but looks like someone forcefully kept her awake for like a few days. So she's just like
Ooh.
really out of it.
Yeah, so I'll probably be trying to help her
Okay.
get out. That's all.
Okay. Zephinia.
I'm gonna run my full movement here and then use my bonus action for second wind to regain 1d10 plus 6.
Okay.
Well, that was sad. That's only 8, but I'll take it.
Okay.
And then I'll end my turn.
Okay. Got you.
As I begin moving, I'm going to cast Mold Earth, and a wall, if I can get it. A wall is going to start forming here, but I
Okay.
can only do 5 feet at a time. So
Okay.
half a wall forms, and then next turn will fully form.
Got it. Okay, cool.
And let's see, how far can I go? I'm just gonna move here for now.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna... I guess I'm just gonna mentally message Jira and tell her to run and, like, go after the girls, and I'm gonna attempt to get Silic out of there as well.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Back to Aph's turn. He's actually going to try to he's going to try to grapple Silic. So Silic needs to make a strength saving throw. Oh fuck, not with a 2. Okay. So he immediately like, grabs him with these 2 big palm hands, and he just like immediately like, grabs him by the throat and immediately lifts him up. He's going to use a legendary charge to literally try to suck energy out of Silic. So immediately he like his jaw just stretches open as he starts like legitimately open like swallowing energy from Silic. He's gonna have to do, technically it's Eldritch energy, so he absorbs 30 points of damage from Silic. And since that's technically that move, and he wants to keep it restrained, that he's going to end his turn there. Otherwise, he would have to actually let him go. Silic's turn, he's going to try to break free, so he's going to make a strength saving throw as an action. Now, oh, well, it's not working. If it worked, that'd be great.
So stressed right now.
Natural 20, so he does break out, so he just immediately like takes his leg and immediately kicks himself off the body as he immediately gets himself off. And then he's going to... I'm going to have Silic actually use his Echo Knight ability, and he's actually going to create 2 duplicates of himself. So... I can't remember where they are. And then he's going to actually end his turn there. Apollo.
All right. Seeing as people are not moving as quickly as I was hoping. Frick.
Also, Apollo is on the screen twice.
I had to drop another token because I couldn't move mine.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Sorry.
Let me move this one.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Okay, he's gonna move to here. And then he is gonna hold his action to cast Shatter. If everybody makes it up the tunnel closer to him, he'll cast it, hopefully kind of in this region.
Okay. Gotcha. Anything else?
No, that's gonna be it.
Dira.
Right, I'm seeing that. Damn it. Okay, I do not like leaving. God, you come on! Seeing that Silic has like duplicated himself. No. I'm gonna fire a couple of crossbow bolts. I cannot just
Crossbow
run
bolts.
Right now. No. Crossbow bolts. Not without people also coming. So first one. That
Can't
is a
close the
natural
hallway if you're not in
one
it.
for 5.
Yeah, that's a miss.
And the second one. 22 to hit.
22 is a hit.
Oh, no, wrong thing. Ignore that. I rolled the wrong thing. 7 damage.
He's actually going to cast an Eldritch Energy. He's going to deflect missiles.
Of course he is.
So he is going to reduce it by 19 points. So he takes no damage.
Come on! Ugh. I'm still not going to go very far. I'm going to go here and kind of peer around and see what's happening. I'm going to be ready to run back out there if things go south.
Okay. All right. Dahlia.
I'll just look at Treya and be like, stay here, but I'm only going to probably move here
Okay.
behind Dira and just be like, what is going on? We cannot fight the god.
I don't know! We gotta get Gaju and Silic out of there.
And I'll just hold my action.
Like at this point, like when you left Treya there, she like as you let go, she's just like slowly like leaning like on the rocky wall, like she can't stand up with her own strength, and she's just like bracing against herself. But like as you like look back at Silic, like he's from those few attacks he's taken plus the drain, it went from like good condition to now he's like incredibly bruised.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anything else in your turn?
Shit. But do I have anything ranged I could throw? Okay. I can. If I can move to here and he's in my line of sight,
Yep.
then I can cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, and I can divide 16. How hurt is Gaiju looking as well?
I'm at 11, so pretty hurt.
Shit. Alrighty, so I'm just going to give both of you 8.
Okay.
And I'm going to be like, okay, come on, let's go, please. That's it.
Okay. Zephania.
I use part of my movement to run to Silic, an action to grab him, and my second action to dash with him back to where I am?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you how this is going to work. So normally, in normal circumstances, yes. But you would technically have to stop to grab him. And by all intents and purposes, that would give Af a opportunity attack on you. Because you're interrupting your turn to leave his spot. If you did it all as one fluid movement, it'd be fine. But since you're pulling someone that's roughly your weight, that'd be difficult.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Come on, Zillick, let's go.
Okay, give me a strength check, because Silic is, decent amount of weight. Plus he's got some armor on.
Andrew, you're the best. We have player advantage.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Strength check, you
Yep.
said?
13. Yeah, I mean, with the rest of your movement speed, you can use the pulse Silic with you.
Okay. Let's go, Zillick. Back to where we were.
All right.
As I run past Gaiju, I'm gonna be like, rush after us, come on.
Okay, got you.
I'm going to kind of I guess move behind them, but I need to be able to close the wall, so
Okay.
they need to get through first, or I
Okay.
can really do anything. So,
Gotcha.
I guess in the meantime, I will just cast Silver Cloud on Af while I'm covering their exit. So he needs to make a Dex 14 save.
Dex 14 saving throw. That's only a 6.
Okay, so he's going to take... Where is my damage? Sorry, trying to... Where is my damage? $3d6 damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage. $15 damage.
Okie dokie. 15. And that's just regular piercing damage, right?
Yes.
Alright.
I mean, if silver counts.
Not in this situation, no.
Okay, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Alright. It is Af's turn. He's just immediately just going to do the same thing he did to Silk before. He's just kind of get down on his post. He's really charge towards Gaju. He's going to do his Primal Savagery. 18 to hit.
That hits.
21 points of acid damage. Okay.
I'm down.
You're down? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. As soon as he's gonna try to cross you, Silica's gonna use his reaction to do his Echo Knight, and he's actually gonna transport to one of his actual spots. So he's actually gonna go here, and to try to get him to move back in away from Gaju, and we're gonna have him do his flurry of blows, but he's gonna actually dodge it because of the Echo Knight ability, so his Echo Knight's gonna go away. Alright, we're gonna go to Silic. Silic is gonna charge at him and attack. Oh god, no. Okay, natural 20. Okay. And that's Silic's turn. We're gonna go to Apollo.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, mute for small ones making noise. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to. Let's see, 90 feet. All right, I'm gonna move since no one seems to be escaping. I'm gonna turn to the gal behind me and be like, just wait here, please. Hold on a second. And I'm gonna move to here. And I am going to go ahead and cast Tasha's Mind Whip on it.
Okay.
So it needs to make an intelligence saving throw and beat a. Where's that at? 14.
Okay. That is only a 3.
Okay, cool. So it takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay, he is resistant to psychic, so he'll just take half.
Okay, that's fine. That's not why I was doing this. Oh, perfect. Almost max damage. 12. So 17 points, so half.
So 8
8
points.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the 3. Yeah.
Okay.
So he can only move, action, or bonus.
We love spells from
Got it.
Tasha's.
Okay. All right.
That's-
Dira.
Seeing Gaju go down, I'm just gonna go around and grab him and pull him back here. So, grab if you can put him here.
Here?
Ooh, sure. Anywhere, yeah. I'll
Right.
grab and pull him back, and I am going to lay on hands for. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What have I got? I'm gonna give you the 10 I've got left because you need them. So 10 points. And that's my turn.
Dahlia.
Okay. Well, my plan was to get Spare the Dying on him, but Lyra has done that. So
The paladin
which
is revived faster than the cleric.
well, and it's way more hit points,
It's
so
only
not
a matter of
complaining. So
Also,
I'm
that's
going-
all of that I got left. So we're relying on you from here on out.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure. Oh my god. So if there's any way I can assist anybody, we need to get the fuck out of here. Can I grab any of you and just I have shit strength, but
Well,
if
I mean,
can
if
drag
you can roll for a strength check, it'd be low DC if no one decides to contest it. If they're not going to fight it, you can pull them. You'd still have to make a strength check. It would have to be at least a 13 for most of the people's size. But if they're choosing not to fight it, you can pull them with at least.
is Gaiju gonna fight it because he's the lowest? He has the lowest HP from anyone I can see right now.
Do not fucking move me more than 30 feet from that wall.
Shit.
It's
Can I
Ephinia.
Getting
So
there, I guess I'm
yeah.
getting there.
Alrighty.
Drags Athenian.
Is this far enough? Can I drag him to here? No, it can. If I drag you here, or maybe where I'm standing. Is it close enough? Is this okay?
I would rather be able to see that Silic is making it out. So
I need. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'm not leaving you guys, so. What do I have? Alrighty, I'm blessing you, bitches.
Run
That's-
only
that's
works
it.
if everyone runs.
I want to run as much as everyone else, but I am the only one. If someone gets down, apparently that can bring someone back. So I do not feel like I can run. So I will cast Bless on. Can I? Is it just because I have to try to see him? Okay. In the 30-foot range. He is I'm blessing Silic, Gaiju, and Zephinia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Add your
Yes.
D4s. That's it.
All right.
It's my turn.
Zephinia.
I'm going to back up. 10, 15. Can I, like, excuse me? Whoop. Excuse me. And
Excuse me,
sneak on
Bradley,
back
come
here?
Yep.
As
And
like your
I'm
wing is
gonna-
like brushing after everybody in the face, like, I know it's really tight in here. Hang on, sorry.
Whoop. I'm just gonna squeeze on past you there. Good old Miss Midwestern squeeze on past.
Very Midwestern angel.
Let's see, that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, it would be right there. Okay. And then I'm gonna wait for the rest of my group and just keep an eye.
Okay, got you.
Where I'm standing, can I see Silic? Or do I need to move forward a little bit?
You can't see Silic. Not with that arch in the wall, no.
Okay. I will move here then, behind the wall that I created, and,
You hold the action?
Yeah, can you hold it?
yeah, I will hold my action until Silic gets in here.
Okay, got it. All right, so Af's turn. He's going to choose to take an action over the movement or bonus action. He's going to attack here. I'm not going to roll for it because technically I'm going to use his reaction to switch with his Echo Knight, so his Echo gets destroyed, and that's the end of his turn because he can't do anything else. Silic's turn. He's going to run. He's going to see the opportunity. He's going to go for it. So he's going to dash, so 60 feet, and he's going to make it up here. So I'm assuming you decide to close the wall.
Yeah, I'll close the rest of the wall.
As you're closing it, Af doesn't get pissed. He just starts laughing. The sound eventually just gets like contained within the room as you start just like filling up the molten earth around the area as it slowly just like quiets down as the sight and the sound goes away. Combat is over.
Oh my god. Oh.
I'm gonna go up and help. Actually, I'm probably just gonna straight at this point take one look at Treya and straight up carry her.
Okay.
Anybody
get
have a
out here.
clue what that thing was?
I don't feel this is the appropriate time to be discussing things. We should probably move.
Yeah.
It's something that's gonna follow
Yeah.
us real damn quick if we don't get out of here now.
Okay. So everybody starts moving out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Is the intention just to head out of the whole mines?
Yes.
Okay.
I think out of direct paranoia, if possible, in like this area, I want to cast Shatter on the ceiling so it caves in, so to block it just a little bit more.
Okay, got it. All right, so after you guys pass through, you cast Shatter, and then another level of obstruction comes over in this area just in case he decides to make his way through to slow him down. At this current point, when you're leaving, it doesn't sound like he's specifically trying to like fight his way through the wall. It doesn't even sound like he's like really moving because you can still kind of hear him as just muffled, and it sounds like he's just kind of just like at like an amazement of the events that have just transpired, and he's not really decided to really follow you. At least not at this moment. Everybody just gave me a group stealth check. There are still assassins walking around the mines, so to make sure that you avoid them, we're just going to do a group stealth check to avoid them.
7.
Oh, 17.
11.
Nice. Okay.
11.
Okay,
Can I use my advantage if I didn't get an opportunity to use it previously?
sure.
The player advantage?
Yeah, if you didn't use your advantage
Oh.
yet, you can use your advantage.
Oh, I'm gonna use my bless.
Okay.
So
Oh
9.
yeah.
Okay.
You cool.
So 9.
12. Went up 1.
It's better than 7.
Okay. All right. So
I didn't use my bless either, so that's gonna be 16.
okay. With some help with each other, some of you including Silic, are having a tough time walking. Silic's actually using like his sheath as like a cane because he's like feeling bruised and really damaged. You're having a tough time moving around, but you're still working together as a team to stay quiet. Some of you are maybe using each other as like a side anchor to walk around, as a crutch of sorts, until you do finally make it outside of the actual caverns, if that's where you want to go.
I will walk up to Silic and kind of like help him move a little bit better.
Okay.
Best friends.
He's just, as he's like super bruised, like, knew it, and then just starts, hanging on to your shoulder. But you were all able to make it out.
Something hit him on the back.
Ah, god damn! Sorry. Like every part of his body's bruised right now, so like a simple like smack is just like, god damn it. But you do make it outside. I just gotta remember where the map is for the town. There we go. You make it back to Corinne's Gap.
Question: did we go through the way we came in with the fake locked gate?
Yes, that would have been the only way
Okay,
to head out.
Just gonna click it, lock, close behind us on the way out too. Just that little. That's my contribution to
Fair enough.
being in there.
Okay. So by the time you head out, it is still night. Probably about the amount of time that transpired is roughly about 6+ hours. Probably about more like 8. Some of you are very battered. Some of you just more or less mentally drained, or all in all tired. But you do make it back in town. Town was very quiet at this point, even more than when you left. To remind everyone, there's just one inn, there's one tavern, and most of the businesses are closed at this time, with the exception of 2 businesses in general.
I am making a beeline for the smithy. I don't care if I wake up my parents.
Okay. So it's just like, wait, where are you going? What?
Oh.
I mean, it.
They won't ask. They'll just feed you. Come on.
I'm gonna follow Dira because I don't want any of us walking alone.
All right.
Yeah.
So it just looks at Gaju. It's like, all right, you mind? I kind of need a little bit of help. You good keeping this up?
Do you need an extra hand?
Or
a health potion or something?
No, I just need a rest.
I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
See. Where is my D8?
Gaju's still beat up, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm casting Cure
that
Wounds
is a
on
5.
him.
5?
It's Cure Wounds chain.
I'm still gonna cast Cure Wounds on Gaiju at the same time.
Like, at this point, like, physically, Silic is, like, bruising his lot of spots from, like, the punches that Af did, like, in his chest. Like, you can see that, like, as you're doing Cure Wounds, it's only 5, but you can hear, like, some bones, like, replacing themselves. It's like, oh, God, that feels a little bit better. Okay, but...
How much did I get back?
You got 9 back.
You start heading over to the smithy, where Dira says is her home. With very little light in the town other than the simple candle lights and oil lanterns, you're left with basic lighting to get around. But following Dira, she seems like to know how to make her way around the place without much issue. Eventually leading yourself into... You can describe what your home looks like if you would like.
Rustic. It's the living area is very tidy and very simple. The work area it's ordered, but ordered chaos. Organized chaos probably is the best word, but there's always multiple projects going on. Last I was here, they had just taken on a second, which was probably, several months ago. They had just taken on a second apprentice because both their children are now out of the house doing pursuing other things. It's just, it's simple, it's homey. That's all I got.
Okay. So, whether or not you decide to wait, do you wait for the group, or do you just immediately like knock on the door, and then if they come to the door, you just go right in?
I'm going to assume that if they're not with me, I'll look back.
Okay.
I,
Some of the group
I
will be
can tell
going a
if they're
little bit
with me, so-
slower, but yeah, you
Yeah.
eventually make your way there. A single frame door, couple oil lanterns sitting outside that are almost need to be replaced as they're almost fully down. It looks more like a longer kind of house. Anything else? But you give a loud knock on the door. At first, you don't hear any response. Knock again. And she's, who's calling it? Who's getting at this ungodly hour? You just start hearing like
Mama?
these large steps. What? Who's that? You start hearing
Mama,
like,
it's Dira.
Dira. Oh, Dira! It starts like running really fast to the door. Big latch opens up the door.
I've
Immediately
got
just
armful of Treya, but Hey,
immediately
Mama.
just looks at you and just immediately, what do you do? What? Immediately just
We'll
immediately interrupts
explain.
herself and just gives you a big hug. And just holds you tight. It's like, what do
thank
you?
you, thank you.
I-
I don't know if you know what's Treya's last name.
You haven't gotten it yet,
Okay.
and she hasn't really said it.
I
She's
don't,
kind of
I
little.
don't even know Treya from up the whatever we would call the affluent area. But it's been a night. I need to let her down. I need to set her down, make sure she's taken care of. These are my friends. I'll explain in a minute. I promise. I love you.
Oh, okay. Well, come in. Get in the warmth. I'll get
Come on,
I'll get the
come on.
fire going. Come in.
Well, thank you.
We'll get some. We'll get some soup on there. Come in, everyone. Come in. Well, your father's out doing a contract right now, but here, immediately just like starts like, a mother ways, just kind of like tightening up like a space, like at the last minute, like fluffing up the pillows and like quick tightening up a bunch of blankets and stuff like that. So it's padding up some stuff. Come on, sit. As
Welcome, everyone. It's my mother, Cora Mullane. I introduce everybody.
oh,
And you are,
hi.
and this is, I'm sorry. What's your name? I say to Apollo.
Greetings. It's Apollo. It's nice to meet you. It's a lovely.
Apollo
abode you
here
have
is very handy. Yeah. There's been some trouble.
You all look like you've been in quite a scuffle. Do I need to
I
get
kind
some
of
first
ready
aid?
to like sit down.
Yes.
First
She
aid
like-
would
I
be
kind
good.
of.
She
I'm
immediately goes
going to
into,
sit
like,
on the
a-
floor so that everyone can find a place to sit as much as possible.
Sure. She immediately goes into like a nearby, what looks like a very, very small like cabinetry. It really opens up and she kind of like pulls down like a little, like a wicker basket. And he pulls it up and you see like, some herbs, nothing like a pro healer, but just like the simple kind of care kind of tools if someone got like a slight injury, but nothing that would really like solve the problem if you had to go to the hospital. As
The shop first aid kit.
yeah, pretty much. And you can see that it's been constantly replenished, probably from blacksmith injuries and stuff like that. So some of them is pretty good. If some of you that might know medicine more, some of this looks like more kind of like using glue instead of using actual bandage to hold the wound together to stop someone from bleeding. So some of it seems a little bit more of like the cheap, quick answer to save some money.
Here's your duct tape.
Yeah, here's some
Lots
duct tape,
of Band-Aid
right.
over so
Yeah,
it's
right.
broken.
There is like some sewing needles and thread as she immediately goes through and just like, well, help you. I'm sorry. My hands are not what they used to be. she kind of like puts it like around the table in front of you. Not to be rude, but if one of you is a little more efficient at this, I don't know any of you well enough to be able to do it on my own. But
I'll
here,
take it.
she immediately starts like lighting up the fire as there is a small fireplace in front of you. And you do see anybody who like looked when you came in, you would have seen like at the distance there would have been like an extension that leads out to like the smithy, which clearly has like a bigger fire, which is probably why this one's a little bit smaller because they don't need a bigger one. But she lights it up. She immediately puts she puts a pot. And she has like what looks like some broth, some carrots, some onions in it. She starts mixing around, and as you all can start taking care of each other. For anybody, if anybody's proficient in medicine, you can give me a medicine check.
So I
That is
don't
not
have
me.
proficiency in medicine, but I do know because of my past a lot about like herbs and stuff.
Okay, so you can just give me a medicine check if you'd like, or if anybody's just proficient with a medicine kit, too, or has a medicine kit.
I'm not proficient, but I also would want to try to, whether
Okay.
it's to assist him or
Sure.
not.
Yeah, I mean you can attempt it. Yeah, you'll just have just a little bit higher DC.
That is a 19.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Man, that makes me scared to roll. Oh, 14.
14. Okay, so starting off with Gaju, you're able to kind of like quick take inventory of what's inside the basket, and you're able to kind of like put some stuff together, and you can choose who you want to start on, but you're able to quick like start putting things in piles to kind of figure out, okay, this is gonna be good for this injury, this is gonna be good for this injury. It might not, fix a problem, but at least get the person to be able to fall asleep, and
Yeah.
hopefully the rest will take care of itself. Dahlia,
Yeah.
you can like make up for like the time, like you can kind of like work with Gaju, like while he's working on like a couple people, you can be like, while you're being given directions, you can help someone else, kind of like that.
Yeah. I'm guessing you want to go help your best friend, right?
I could I mean, no. By all means, yeah, I can hang out. You know what? I'm gonna move. I think I'm bleeding on your couch. I'm gonna just slide over a little bit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Ain't the first time. She'll just make you
I'm
clean
just
it
gonna
tomorrow.
like start
I know from
smothering
experience.
him with like just different herbs, like just patching him up. Like, would you just shut up?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm quiet. It hurts so much. Damn. All right.
Looking for chamomile or
Well,
something
if
to
you
help him
waited
fall
a
asleep.
minute, it would kick in.
But
Who
you
else
two,
is hurting?
I
Yeah.
mean, technically me,
And
but
I'll
I'm
go.
gonna do myself last. So
I am probably in the best shape, so
I
I'm
am
kind
pretty
of hovering over
bloody.
everyone and helping my mom.
Considering Gaiju's like wrestling to get Silic to
So
chill
I'll say
out over
if
there,
we're
I'll
gonna use
just
the
go
full
help Zephinia.
stock, if we're gonna use the full stock of what she's got, everybody can at least heal to half their maximum, but it'll only be just for health wise, nothing else. So you can at least get 50% of your total HP back, and at least your wounds will not have any. You won't have. I mean, like it'll at least like pull Silic together. Anybody's bleeding, at least cover their wounds, so you're not gonna like bleed out again. And it'll at least just do some patchwork.
Also my bandana isn't active, so if two certain boys would like to make perception checks,
Okay.
Oh. 22.
22.
Oh.
Only a 10. He's really out of it.
Oh,
The nerves are kicking in.
I mean, you're the DM, so I don't know if a 10 would see or not.
No,
because-
I think he's probably noticing it, but he's probably like so like out of it. He's like, I don't know if it's the pain or not, but were you wearing like hooved boots before? This is weird. I'm just gonna ignore it. It's just maybe I'm just a little bit out of it. Just ignore me. I'm just gonna hang out over here on the corner of the couch.
Yeah. Apollo, you see two large hooves instead of boots, and a very long ombre to black tail is kind of peering out from underneath his tunic. His bandana also looks a little bulkier than normal.
Okay, Apollo would be sitting like kind of off to the side because he's not hurt at all, so he's staying out of the heels train. And he's got a book, and he's just like occasionally like looking up, and he sees this. He's kind of like, and just kind of goes back into his book for a second. Just kind of.
Okay, once this whole process is kind of underway, I'm going to kind of go over and crouch next to Silic and go, we got to tell her something, but I don't know how much we can. That's you. I know you said something about keeping stuff quiet. But
I mean, she's your mom. It's
All right.
fine. I mean,
all right, I just
it's
want to
cool.
make sure we weren't I wouldn't get wouldn't get
I
us
was
in
I was
trouble.
I mean, I assume that she doesn't really talk to average soldiers on a regular basis, so have
I
at
can
it. Go
imagine.
for it.
All
Right
right.
now, it's the least of my worries.
All right, thank you. You get some rest.
All right, cool. I will do my best. As he just kind of like just sprawls back and just kind of just hangs out.
I hate to interrupt, but don't we feel like this may be a little bit beyond a secret mission at this point? I mean, there's a whole god that eats people in the tunnel, and this is, as
Yeah.
far as I know, the only way out. So
I feel like, yeah.
we won't be able to hold him down there forever.
I'll allow anybody who has a proficiency in religion or arcana to give me one of those checks, but you have to be
That
proficient
would-
in one of the two.
I am proficient in religion, and I am going to give you that check.
Oh, I'm really hurt and I'm not paying attention much.
Fair enough.
19.
19.
19 as well.
19. All right. 6. Okay. So for our 19s, the taking in what happened, you didn't think about this during the time because you weren't really thinking of the now. You were just trying to get the hell out of there. But kind of like talking about thinking about it, it was kind of, as far as the ritual is concerned, and you like think about how it worked, you assume that it's the part that you want to finish is done. The curse itself is probably complete. It's done its course. Af has been summoned. But what you know about any kind of arcane ritual to bring a deity back, whether they're a devil or a god, a demon, or an angel, if they're being brought into this world as themselves, the impact that they'd have on the world would be possibly apocalyptic, at least in the area, due to the fact that their presence is just, not healthy for most mortals. He obviously was trying to kill you, but it wasn't just his presence that was doing it, it was his physical body. So you assume, based off what you know, is that he is brought to life, but he's most likely immortal now. So he was given like a human shell. So he might be powerful, but he's not unstoppable. Not as much of a threat as he might have kind of been assumed to be. Also, I will say for those two people that got those, you both can give me a history check.
I am not so good.
Especially since it's our cleric and our paladin.
15.
9.
Dira, maybe nothing is really grabbing your attention. Dahlia, you didn't really know too many people of the previous age, but there's a lot of people that everybody knows. A lot of famous people, a lot of heroes, a lot of villains. They left their mark on history, and especially in the final years of the First Age, those people have had murals of themselves that the statues and everything like that, where people could at least see what they look like, to know that they might be gone, but they saved us, or they burdened us, whatever the consequence. Thinking about this god that came back, the similarities to him and another person that you've never really met, but is considered a hero in this world, is almost uncanny. from the shape of the ears to the structure of his face to the body. Maybe this version is a little bit more bulked out and obviously a little bit taller, but you swear to God that if the hero Norin was maybe got, the skin got pale and he got taller, a little bit bigger, this would be the exact version of him.
I mean, we saw that Norn's name was on a tombstone, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, you do know Norin is still alive in this world. He still exists.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Oh.
So it ain't like what happened with Seraphina, where it was using her body because she didn't need it no more.
You do know that there are rituals that exist very much with dark magic, where if you would only know it as base as a magical item's enchantment. So, for example, you have a blade attuned to yourself, and the person who it's attuned to dies. You try to recreate the blade, it'll have like a piece of that person with it, or vice versa. The blade gets destroyed, but you still have a little bit of piece of that power to have. You assume this kind of is like a similar thing. You do know Af was killed once upon a time. His physical body was actually destroyed. And he was once a part of Norin. So you assume logic dictates is the only way to bring him back is if they still have him a connection with Norin some way, somehow.
If App still has a connection with Norn?
He would. He was like part of Norin when he died.
Right.
They shared a body. So you assume the way that they had to bring him back is leaving him a connection to Norin.
Are you saying like used an item of Norn's?
Or a piece of him.
A piece of him.
And
Like
Norn
made a
use
copy of him
like
from a
Luke
piece of him or
Skywalker.
something?
Or some kind of soul bond, maybe.
I'd say based off with your history check, you do know Norin had one specific staff that he had for a long time that he decided to give up after the first age. He found that it was just too powerful of a staff. He decided to, hand it off to a specific kind of arcane group that protects old artifacts. And he doesn't carry it anymore. That staff had the ability to control and reduce the spell cost of many spells. You've never seen a spell done like this, never heard of it, but the proper effects have been done on simpler items. This seems like it is a simple spell done very on such a grand scale.
Like they created this body out of the piece that was left with the item attuned to him? I'm confused.
I guess so.
But you guys are saying it is killable, right?
It seems like it would have to be immortal. If it were the god in its true form, I don't think we'd be standing here.
I would have to agree. But I'm not going to lie, it's probably not going to be easy. I mean, it kicks Silic's ass, and I haven't seen anyone kick Silic's ass, so.
Silic just like raises up his hand for a second. Me neither. Ah, God, that hurts.
We ain't gonna do anything without
Okay,
rest.
fine, buddy.
All we can do is hope it don't make a move in the next 8 hours. I don't see us being any good before that.
I'm just
So,
worried for the people here, is all.
I am too. Believe me. I just don't know what we can do.
Silic, do you have contacts here that can warn you if something comes out of those mines? Is there any way you can get warning to any of the people here?
Uh, well, I mean, not really. I mean, like, we're not even supposed to be here. I mean, I don't have anybody that could, kind of keep an eye out. I mean, and the town's kind of all dead right now. I mean, best bet is maybe if we can go find someone, throw them a few coin that kind of keep an eye out. Other than that, I don't really have anybody personally that's around. I mean, if we want to risk it, we could find one of the soldiers, but that was kind of...
What
Do you know
about...
anybody's station that we can do an anonymous tip? They don't have to know it's us.
I mean, sure.
What would we say?
I mean, if you want to try to... I think there's I mean, you can go in the tavern and probably like leave something, but like right now, I don't know where else you could find something. The only other thing I could think of is making your way back down to the midtown and contacting somebody there. Even if you do it anonymously, that's pretty much the best you can do.
Turn and look at Apollo. Like, and raise an eyebrow. Like, if he has any input, just say, I don't know where you came from or what you do, but do you have connections? Could you help?
Not really. It came from a ways away, but
What are you doing? What were you doing in the mines anyway?
like I said, I was following a lead and a story on a person who needed assistance and possibly some taken books that I was hoping to recover. Never
You're
did.
not from here.
No.
So
not
how
from
did
this
you
town.
find out about this lead?
Well, where I come from, there's a lot of information that passes through, and I just happened to overhear something I probably shouldn't have.
Where are you from?
Well, so there's an institute, a school, I guess, if you will, not far, I guess, from here, but a ways, that I'm from, I guess, my whole life, I could say. I was raised there.
Do you
Go
like
on.
adventure?
I love adventure. I love it so much. I read about it constantly, and I thought this would be my opportunity to experience it.
What you think so far?
It's okay.
How do you feel about dropping a letter off?
Delivery, I can do. Not a problem.
I'm gonna look at the group. There we go.
Cora immediately
wait.
interrupts. She's like, okay, no one's going anywhere until you all get something to eat and some sleep. As she immediately starts like filling up these bowls with porridge, and immediately just starts like slamming on people's laps and in front of them. No one is going anywhere until we all get a good night's rest and good hot food.
Yes, ma'am.
At least he's
Zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zara, I love your mother already.
She has that
Reminds me of
effect on
mine.
people.
Gonna
Take
take
a
my
bowl
food
from
and
her, say
I
thank
take
you.
my bowl and I kind of take Mama aside and I say, I really appreciate this, Mama. I think we might have to let Apollo go out and take a message because I think people might need to know what's going on.
That is
before we get
perfectly
up in the
fine.
morning.
But
All right.
boy can get some food first. Eat up.
Oh, he is. He is.
With the mention of "I love your mom," you guys just see kind of Apollo just raises his book a little higher.
How's Treya doing?
Well, where'd you put Treya?
Somewhere soft.
Okay.
Best
So
I
like
can
she's
find.
laying down at this point, like she doesn't know any of you, so she just kind of like, if like you put her like on another couch, she kind of like turned into the cushions, and she's just kind of like wrapped up with whatever small like couch blanket there is, and she's just trying to close her eyes. Unless you actually inspect, you can't tell if she falls asleep or not.
All right. We should get her home, but we should let her rest first, I think. I don't know which is better. Anybody got any thoughts?
probably rest.
Yeah.
I think a few hours
Rest.
here.
We
would-
can turn her home tomorrow.
Yeah. All right.
Apollo, when you deliver that message, I'll go with you.
You
Okay,
sure about
I mean-
that?
Are you
I'm
guys going
fine.
to the tavern, or are you going like to this institute place that is without name? Suspiciously, interestingly.
That sounds like that's a ways away.
Let's do the tavern.
That's fine. I mean, I don't really know the town, so any guidance would be beneficial.
Maybe I should go with you.
Alright.
You just want to find somebody to keep an eye on the mine opening, right?
Would be good.
Till morning. Maybe it wouldn't be too hard to get somebody to do that for a few coin.
Okay.
We all crashing in this living room.
I'll say there's a few extra rooms, so like
Big old sleepover.
yeah.
Yeah,
You guys
not
can, like,
too
spread
many.
up amongst your rooms.
Sleepover!
I mean, you know, this house originally had, whether or not they're still there or not, there was several people that lived in it at once. So there are several rooms, whether they are occupied right now or not, but you're able to get some space. And you all can get some sleep. If you all decide to get some sleep, you can all give me the long rest button. You can hit the long rest. I'm gonna say Silica's just gonna stay on the couch and he's just gonna like pass out, like sprawled out, like you know, just kind of like.
I love it.
Due to it being a much needed long rest for many of you, we're gonna go through. Even though I'm gonna say you get to click the long rest button, we're still gonna go through what happens during this long rest. So, I want everyone to give me a wisdom check.
$18.
18,
10.
10.
10.
12.
14.
So for anybody who got a 14 or higher, this sleep is pretty relaxing. If you had any dreams, they weren't nightmares. You might have dreamt about the things that happened, but they're not making it where it's like screaming in your bed kind of sleep. You're able to just kind of get past them and the night's over. Start off with the others. We'll start off with Zephania. The night itself starts off pretty relaxing. You'll be able to get some decent sleep. Maybe you turned over, woke up, went back to bed, and then you had a odd dream of sorts. It's a recall of the night. Almost exactly. Same path you took, same group that you separated with, still finding Apollo. But by the time you got to the Arc Chamber, before Af was summoned, something changed. The witch you were fighting against was able to overpower all of you, killing every one of your friends, with only you left. Knowing that the only reason why you were left alive was because of your link to somebody else, she was able to somehow turn you against everyone, as little blinks of life were left in each person as you were forced to literally strangle the life out of every person that you loved before you woke up from the dead silence. Gaju. You start off in a very happy dream. You have gotten the power to finally be able to wild shape into a large bird. You're flying in the sky. You're experiencing maybe flight for the first time. You're soaring through the sky, diving down. You're really kind of like, like the first time flight, you're kind of getting the whole, I've been waiting for this kind of time, like diving into like the clouds. You're like soaring through the mountains and so on and so forth. Until you just start noticing as you're flying through, you keep going up and down, the texture of the area starts changing. You first dive into the forest. It's beautiful. It's vast. Back up in the clouds, you dive back down. It's almost like fall, but at such a rapid pace. Things are dying very quickly, skipping the beauty process and just going to straight shedding of leaves. Go back up into the air. Instead of it being clouds, it is now smoke. As you dive back down, the land itself is nothing but ash and death. Dahlia. A dream that you haven't had in a few weeks. You're being pulled in a very familiar dream, but it's almost flipped. You're having a dream very similar to what you've had to begin the campaign. You're in a battle in the middle of a destroyed town, fighting off against an unknown assailant. Before, when you had this dream, you were literally looking through your own body. Now you're actually watching it from above. You don't know whose eyes you're looking through, but you're literally hovering about 80 feet up watching this battle happen. Someone with a sword attacking you. You're holding an axe while you're casting spells to defend yourself. You look like yourself, maybe just a little bit older, a little more mature. Your horns are a little bit larger. You still can't see who it is. But you're reading the field and you're noticing that whoever you're fighting, they're not intentionally trying to hurt you. You look like you're trying to kill them. And they're only defending themselves. And eventually, as an accidental move, they defend themselves and they accidentally stab you.
I can't move in this dream again, can I?
Mm-mm. All in all, everybody gets their sleep. And you all wake up rested. Some of you might still be a little bit in pain due to the previous day, but you are at full health. Get all your spell slots back. Long rest, the works. I'd say due to time-wise and when you guys went to bed, it's probably about early afternoon by the time you wake up. If you got your allotted 8 hours. Probably about noon, maybe 1 o'clock. You wake up, you do hear the town where it was quiet before now is bright, and all the market is open. As the town now is lively. As you hear carts moving around, seems like a lot of businesses. Town is a lot of people that have mobile carts and they're moving to different spots and try to get attention. As a lot of you might know, this is a town of connection where people come here to pass through but not always stay. So a lot of people try to move their carts to certain hot spots to try to get as much salesman time as possible. You do see that down the street is a kind of like an almost always farmer's market. There's always produce on stands down the road. There's always some kind of bread. There's always some kind of knickknacks that are on sale, whether they're random odds and ends books, or maybe just a merchant that was able to procure some items at another location, whether the weapon, armor, or just clothing, and now they're trying to resell it at a higher cost. But you're able to wake up. You do hear the sound in a nearby room. You're hearing utensils sliding up and down across an iron skillet as you all are smelling the smell of fresh baked bread. You smell cooked meats, and what you can assume is the sizzling of bacon and eggs on a skillet.
Oh shit.
So you start to hear moving around as you kind of hear the hands brushing off an apron. Oh, okay, how many do we got again? All right, I think that's enough. She kind of creeps in. Dear, would you have gone into your room?
Yeah.
You hear a knock on your door. Very, very gently, very quietly, not to wake anybody up. A simple knock on the door.
I'll go and open the door in case anyone's not awake yet.
As you see your mother standing there, kind of wearing one of her many aprons that she has, but this is more of her kitchen apron that she has got on, and she's got her hair tied up, bandana on, and she just kind of looks at you. She's like, "Good afternoon, sweetheart. I hope you had a nice rest. I'm almost done with breakfast, lunch. Would you mind coming out and helping out your dear mother set up all the placemats and all the dishes and all the silverware for your friends?"
Oh, this is above and beyond, Mom. And I come out and I'll go and help her set stuff up.
Okay.
Could I have peeked my head out and help?
Sure.
Help
Yeah.
as well?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If you
Come.
need help.
Yeah. The more the merrier. Come on down. As she immediately starts pulling out like these little baskets. Some of them have linens for napkins. Some of them have like these little has like just stacked up silverware inside there, just like these copper little 2-time forks, and then some simple like carving knives. Nothing too extravagant. They're definitely the style of a blacksmith family where they never bought these; they made them themselves. So she kind of puts them there. She's got plates that were made that looks like they were, whether or not she made them or someone else did local, looks like they were handmade, as each one of them have a little bit of a defect in them, but they're all meant to match as far as clay pottery. She doesn't have a table big enough for everybody, but she kind of like sets up like, like when you go to like a family's place, they set up like one table and then they gotta set up like the kids' table for like the rest of the people. She kind of does that. But you're able to set the placemats, as you do see that she set up a pretty decent spread of eggs, bacon, looks like it is assorted small amount of meats, and then she has bread with a small jar of what looks like a homemade jam.
Mama, this is amazing. Thank you.
Oh, it's just nice to have company, especially when your father's gone. Would you mind getting your friends? I don't want the food to get cold.
Oh, I'll go go around and get everybody up.
Okay.
I will very cautiously approach Treya.
She just kind of like turns over. She just kind of stretches out. It's like, oh. She looks around. It's like, oh, sorry, I must have dozed off. Oh.
Well, you needed more than dozing off, huh?
Where are we? I kind of lost track
You're in town in the smithy. We got you away from there.
Oh.
We'll get you home after this, but my mama will not let you leave without making sure you get fed.
Oh.
So we'll get home and get your family's worried about you, but we'll get you home.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I don't even know your names, but thank you. She kind of like sits up very slowly as she kind of like has like a head rush. Like you haven't eaten 3 days, so she's got to like take it really, really slow. She kind of like.
All right. Kind of help her over to a seat by a plate.
Okay. Her hair is all like natted up as she normally looks like she has a bow that holds like her bun up in her hair, and it's kind of like all like undone as she's just like, oh God, I'm a mess, as she just tries to like straighten up her hair and stuff like that and tries to tidy up her dress.
Oh, you don't worry about that. You've been through a thing. Let's just get you fed, get you home. Your people are worried about you.
This is more than hospital. This is very nice of all of you. As you all start to wake up, she's like, hi. I don't know if we've technically met. I'm Treya.
Yeah, we heard. I'm Dara. This is my mama. We're here. I grew up in the smithy here, but I've been away for a bit. My friends and I went in to deal with what was going on in the mines and got you out of there.
I appreciate it. She kind of like sits down, sees the food. She's like can't help herself but like interrupt herself and starts like scarfing down like bread and like
Yeah.
start eating like food at the same time. But you all can get some eats. You all get some food in your system.
I'm loving the cats in the background.
I look up and there's no Apollo. There's just bouncing cats.
Sorry, my wife's garage door clicker isn't working.
You'll have to watch the playback. I just glanced up. I saw one cat go boing, and another cat go boing in the other direction.
So,
Well,
you know,
I kind of imagine Gaiju's actually been up for a little while just because trance.
okay.
He probably would have taken the earlier part of the morning to like go outside and like clean out his hooves and stuff because that's a lot of dirt to be tracking.
Sure.
And then I guess he'll like kind of slip in around the time that Dira is helping Treya up and stuff.
Okay.
And he'll just make his way towards where food is.
Okay. So yeah, you all get some eats in your system. You know, the Cora kind of just mentions. So, what are you staying in town for a little while? What's your plan?
I don't rightly know. It was kind of an emergency. I don't know if you heard. Trey here went missing, and we kind of intervened.
I mean, Treya just kind of like, I'm all better now. I mean, you don't have to worry about me. I mean, I can head back
it's all
home.
right. Well, yeah. Well, Mama, maybe one of the apprentices can walk with her.
Oh yeah. I'll sure. As she kind of like steps up, she kind of like quicks like wipes off her apron, and she immediately heads to like you hear her go through like several doors. It's like going from the residential house to like the actual business house as she like steps over and forth. You can't really hear from the distance, but you can hear her speak to somebody. You know, we don't really have too many jobs today. Would you mind taking their young friend home? You know, just consider the delivery. We'll still pay you for it. She comes back in. Yeah, that's not a problem. I can send them with our current one. That's not a problem.
Good. But anyway, it was kind of a mess, and I think there's still a little bit of it we might need to clean up. But we got a little battered in the process, and this was the first place I thought of. I wanted to see you on the way into town, but time was short.
I understand, but your friends, you're all welcome here. Don't worry about it. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
it's the more the merrier. We don't have much, but we love having company over, and don't ever feel shy to come over and get yourself a good hot meal.
Appreciate it.
We
So what's
appreciate
Daddy
you
off
thinking.
working on?
He's I told them not to, but there's one of the properties up north. They needed, excuse me. They needed a special job done, and you know, some of those rich folk, they don't want you to do it at your own smithy. They want you to come there and do it for them in front of all the eyes of everyone. So they essentially paid us to have him stay there for the weekend, and he won't be back until later tomorrow. You know, when I guess you got money, you can have anybody do whatever you want.
Yeah, I suppose so. As long as you pay him well for it.
Yeah, I mean,
You heard much from Aiden lately?
Seems like everything is going good. I mean, you know, I don't know anything about spells. Every time I hear something about the newer kind of magic, it's just like, you know, it's nothing but like elvish to me. I don't understand it.
I don't know that we ever much understood what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud. I'm very proud, but I feel like I'm constantly nodding my head every time I look at one of the letters. And then once in a while, like I get like this, like I think about him, and then all of a sudden I'm like, why am I talking to myself? And then all of a sudden I notice he's talking to me in my head, and it really freaks me out. And I wish he'd stop doing that. But, like,
Oh, well,
I don't know
that's
if he's
not
doing
fair.
it for...
He ain't done that to me.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because you know more about this. I don't know if he just likes to get his kicks out of just, like, freaking out his mother. But it's getting old really quickly, and I don't know what's so bad about just sending letters. I mean, we got our posts nearby. I mean, we can always have them just send the raven back and forth, but he just wants to always stir me up.
Well,
Messages are faster.
I guess
they
so.
are that.
I guess so, but we are, whether Deer has told you about us or not, we're very much the, what you do with your hands. We like the simpler life, and magic is fine and all, but that's not for us. And
I'll keep that in mind if I ever learn sending.
Oh, well,
I'll
give
just send
me
you a
fair
letter.
warning. Give me fair warning. I'm very jumpy. I'm an older lady, and my heart can only take so much. So don't go scaring your mother too much.
I promise.
Okay.
So they tell you anything about this job they got Daddy doing?
I mean, as far as I know, I saw like some of the blueprint that they were, because he had to get some materials ahead of time. And I think it's some kind of sword that they want to make. As far as I know, I'm guessing based off what he was saying, someone's eventually going to get knighted. And this sword's supposed to be like their... Whatever sword someone gets when they get knighted, they get some kind of special sword. So apparently he's making that sword.
Well, that's a fancy job.
Yeah, I mean, it'll get us paid. I mean, that's at least a year's worth of pay right there. So, I mean,
good for him.
It keeps us comfortable for a while, definitely. And it allows us to restock the place, maybe hire a couple new apprentices. But, times are tough, and it's good to have people that are higher up that still look at the simple blacksmith for jobs. So
Well,
your father
good for
definitely
him.
has a name out there, and they like his name, so it definitely works.
I'm glad to hear. Oh, speaking of swords, Zephinia. Mama, can I get us some little time in the back today? We had an
Hold out
incident.
my.
Of course. Oh no. Oh yeah, go. Yeah. Oh.
All right. I pop a last bit of bread in my mouth, and I'm going to go in back and work on Zephinia's
Yeah.
sword.
Don't worry. She knows what she's doing. She'll fix up your sword in no time. Don't worry about it.
I trust that she will.
You go back in the smithy, and you see that like one of the apprentices just leaving. Looks like he's just took off his leather apron. Looks like he's getting like a cart ready, and it looks like he's tying up everything. It looks like this is the person who's set up to actually take Treya back. As you see him just like walk away from the smithy, as he's starting to like cool off the actual coals and everything like that. But he sees you coming. He's like, "Oh, have you?"
There, I don't think we properly met. I'm dear, the daughter of the house once upon a time.
Well, I'm Trevor. I'm one of the apprentices here.
Trevor, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, they speak such good things about you. I figured based off of the armor and everything like that. But your mom wanted me to take one of your friends back. So
Yeah. You might have heard about it. Treya up from the rich folks quarter. Been missing a couple days. Just see if we can if you help her get home. She says she's fine. I ain't convinced, so just want somebody to walk with her.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna quick run in and not I got no other way to say this, but nab her real quick, and then we can be on our way. But it was nice to meet you.
Right.
As he kind of like sneaks
You
in,
too?
as he looks like a really palish, like dirty, like half elf. Looks like he didn't clean himself off from the smut and all the ash from the coal. He just took off his apron, but you can see like because of his shirt and his pants, when he took off the apron, now there's kind of like a clean like stain on his body from where the apron was and where the ash is, so like it looks really odd. But he goes in and you guys can see him come in and Miss Mullane, I'm all set for our guest. As Treya just comes up, it's like, well, I guess it's me. It was all very nice meeting you. I hope we get to see each other again. If you're ever up over in the northern part of Kieran's Gap, just look me up. It's just me and my dad. You know, he's rarely home. I'm mostly by myself, but come by anytime you want. Trust me, I won't go wandering too much now. But
You take care of yourself.
you too. As she kind of like puts her head down, she kind of like crosses her hands and she starts following Trevor out. As you can see, they get on the cart and they start heading, through the rows and due north of Kieran's Gap.
Is Dira still in the back fixing Zephania's sword?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna take a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
I'll
I
be back for a bit.
turn to her mother and just be like, do you have the temple here?
I mean, yeah, we do. It's south. If you go down, go a little bit north, and you head south across the river. It's the furthest building down. It's right where it's the last building before the river. If you head over there, you'll see a small 3-floor tower. We only really, it's supposed to be for the river god, but I've seen other other travelers go through there, and it seems like it works for everyone.
Just the general place to worship, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'll look at the others and be like, I probably will make a little detour myself. While you guys go do your thing.
Okay. The town isn't too big on this part. To get over there is like a 10-minute walk.
Just a 10-minute walk. Why are you looking at me like that?
I think we've all been through enough last few days.
We're not in the mines anymore. I can go to a temple for like 30 minutes, I feel like. Besides, you guys have to go drop off the letter, and they're out fixing the sword right now. I can just jump down there and do some prayer and then come back.
Before I went out with Dira, I would have handed Apollo the letter. And basically it's just saying, danger, evil awoken deep in the mountain, townsfolk were taken for sacrifice, they awoke a godlike creature who hungers, he will escape. Please don't let him, I'm not sticking around. And I'm going to hand that to Apollo and just tell him, I appreciate your silence on this, I appreciate you doing this. If you can just pass this to someone in uniform, just tell them, someone handed it to you in a panic. And leave it at that. Keep it vague.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Should I? Is there something that you all aren't telling me? Are you guys are you wanted criminals or something?
No, nothing like that. Just thanks, and I'm gonna turn and just walk out by Dira.
I look at Silik to answer that question because I'm not touching that.
Silik's just like,
What's he doing?
Trust me, we're not wanted. He just kind of like looks at you. It's like, let's just say we weren't supposed to be there, and we just want to make sure that no one gets hurt by going back in there.
Well, I understand the not hurt part. I was there. Ooh. But okay. I guess maybe I'll further conversations, and he'll kind of fold it and like tuck it in his jacket.
Okay. Do you head out at the moment, or do you wait till later to head out?
It sounds like it's important, so I'm gonna go ahead and look over at Gaju and be like, you said you wanted to accompany me. Should we go?
Yeah, I can go with you. Silik, you coming with?
Might as well.
Come on, buddy.
All right, bud. Let's do this. As he kind of like grabs his sword, and he just kind of like It's like, oh god, these clothes are just so stained. I gotta switch clothes. Oh man. All right. Well, let's do this. So
I'll follow them out and then split off probably.
Okay. So as the group separates, so we have Apollo, Silik, and Gaju going east. We have Dira staying, working on the sword, and Dahlia and Sophia going towards the tower.
I was helping with the sword.
You're helping with the sword. Okay, so it's just Dahlia going to the tower. Okay. So, we'll follow Dahlia first. As you start making your way through town, as you do see, you start off roughly about, like about here. She tells you to go this way and start heading down in this direction. You start going through town, you do see that it's very lively for a small town. Every corner has got something on sale, whether it's just simple clothing, blankets, it's more like the hometown, less war kind of shops. There are still some places that do sell swords and stuff like that, but you'll see those same places like selling like training swords for kids, like the little wooden daggers and the little wooden swords and stuff like that, and little simple shields. But you do take the intersection and head south. You do see that just follows the river down a little bit, and it turns into less of a gravel spot and then mostly grass until it finally leads over into this wide and a little bit tall tower. When it starts going to grass, it mostly has stones on the side of them. Every other one you can kind of read. They're all different languages, but due to the amount of languages that you can read that each one is kind of like a gravestone of people that have passed by going too far south in the region. And these are kind of like remembrances of them. And it's kind of like a pathway, and looks like a lot of people come to this tower, whether or not they're praying to the river god or they're praying to their own deity, they're praying here to kind of either hope that that person is passed on properly or hope that they did not suffer while they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one really guarding it. It's not like a fort. But you do see a couple people coming in and out. Double doors, stone building. You do look inside, and it is not hollow on the inside. You do have to check each individual floor if you want to look around. But the first floor itself does have a about 6-foot statue, nothing too tall, housing the river god Umnis, specifically a male god. That's kind of like a simpler version of Poseidon. He does have like a trident, but he is his specific thing is protecting people from like any kind of disease by actually traveling across the seas. Also to protect them from harsh winters, or it's just mostly protecting people who live on the water or live on lakeshore specifically. You do see that
is there a lot of people in there currently?
Right now on the first floor that are using his specific statue, there's like only like 5, and the place is big enough to
so
have
the
more.
other floors have other statues?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So, you do go up. If you check out the second floor has 2 statues.
Mhm.
One is it's ones that are not familiar to you. They don't have a name either. It shows a male and a female holding each other's hands. Male on the male's right hand holding the female's left hand. Looks like it's they both have what looks like circlet crowns on. They don't look like gods. They more look like royalty. You're not real sure who they are, but it looks like people also use these as ritual stones to pray to. But based off the specific items I put down here, you see less like praying to gods and more or less, like services, where you see like some people have put down
Like offerings?
Offerings. Yep.
Yeah.
You see some pictures of what looks like family members. You see like the bouquets of flowers. But you don't see a candle anywhere in sight. If you go up to the third floor is kind of like a lighthouse, where it doesn't have any walls. It's kind of exposed. You get a lot of wind in there. There is no statue up here, but you do see that this one is kind of like the outside, where this around it is a bunch of stones. But instead of it being of names of people lost, each stone has been put here for a name of a god that someone's prayed to.
Okay. So
And there's a total of like 23 stones in all.
Okay, wow. Okay, I'm going to look for that one stone.
As you look around, you do find specifically one that's edged in for Cocopial. It's edged in with what looks like someone used like a carver's tool, specifically maybe more like a blacksmith carver's tool, and then what they did was they kind of like did like a black ash inside of it to kind of like color in the writing so you could actually see it. The stone itself is facing due south. It's not by itself or anything. That it's not like unique compared to anything else. It's still just kind of sitting there. But in front of the north side, south side, east side, west side, excuse me, there is a couple pillows and like a blanket down, so you're not necessarily kneeling on stone all the time. So there is basic amenities to comfort someone as they decide to spend anywhere between a minute to several hours there if needed be to try to commune to their deity.
I want to do a couple of things, so I'll kneel down. I'll go ahead and borrow a pillow just because I'm probably also sore.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I wanted to do first is my mother gave me a note in the caves, and I never looked at it. So I wanted to see if I could fish that out, and because it's also in the same pocket as that necklace, I want to fish that out as well.
Okay.
Then I'm going to look at the necklace, and I'm just gonna put it on, as well, just so I can keep it on me. And sorry, my phone's like blowing up right now. Go away. And and I want to look at the note.
Okay. The note itself looks like it's been written with time and delicacy. It looks like this is something that was, the way it's written, the patience to the ink, looks like when your mother wrote this, it wasn't something that she just did in a quick moment. Whether or not she took several days, taking a break in between, or she just spent several hours on it one shot. This was planned, this is properly written, and it is on a decent stock of paper, or parchment specifically. My dearest daughter, Dahlia, when this comes across you, will be gone. But remember, I will always be with you. Just know that however you remember me as the way that you want to remember me, not the last moments. We have a dark bloodline in our family, and it reaches down even to your brother. It is not my right or my place to tell you who he is. I leave that to you alone. But finding him will help you find yourself and help you unlock more of your memories that have been long been past. Normally, I would not recommend you to do this, and as long as I am alive, this note will never reach you. But without my guidance, you will need someone to help you with this dark path. Two options lie in front of you that I will leave for you. One is your brother. He has led a different life than you, a life out of my control, and fate has not allowed me to guide him in the way that I wished. His life exists in another part of Averant than what you know. A part of Averant that you cannot freely go without help. But if you choose to seek him, you must look for a man named Talmud. He is someone from my past. And he is someone that I care for deeply. Just remember that whatever you find out, I've always loved your father, and I always will love your father. But times change, and feelings change. If you do not feel this is the correct path for you, you have one other option. I fear this option is the worst of the evils, but it is your life and it's your choice. Your grandfather, my father, is the one who taught me about this ability. But he's also the reason why I escaped my past. He lives in a much more difficult place to find. But knowing you and knowing what you can do, no obstacle could get in your way. If you must find him, he exists in the Shadowfell. I wish not to tell you his name, but trust me, when you ask around, it'll be easy to find. Just remember, no matter what you hear, what you learn, I'm the same mother that you know, and life was different before you. But when you were born, I decided to give up that life. But unfortunate events created unfortunate circumstances. And I wish I could be there with you. Just remember, what lies in your heart will always be me, whether you wear that pendant or not. With all love, Mom.
That was a lot more to unpack than I thought it would be, so definitely gonna need some prayers after that. I'll probably flip the note over, read it probably 2 or 3 more times to myself.
Okay.
Probably shed a couple tears because it'd be rough, and then I will probably eventually put it away and go, okay, to the other weird thing going on right now. And I'm going to attempt to try to commune with Kukoviel, see how that goes. I have some questions.
Alright. How do you attempt to commune? Due to the previous events, do you just do the usual, or you try something different?
I don't have anything on me that directly ties to her, because those ashes I gave to Zephinia, Indira did tell me she used the feather and that did not turn out great, so I probably don't want to touch anything that came from that cave. So I guess I'll just hold my holy symbol, and just close my eyes and try to concentrate.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
I swear to God.
This one isn't really necessarily about if you did a good or bad. It depends on the number, specifically what happens.
Oh God.
So
It's 6. It's the tiefling curse 6.
Do you close your eyes, or you just kind of decide to be blatant? You're just going to keep your eyes open and you're just going to be like, I just need to talk to you. How do you want to do this?
I close my eyes because I feel like it's more respectful.
Okay.
Because she still is my goddess. But I will have an air of wariness about me, just a little bit. And it's just like, I have a lot of questions, and I feel I am been put in a place of uncertainty, regarding the caves, and I just seek answers. I seek advice, guidance. And potentially to hear her side of the story
Okay.
a little bit, fill in the gaps.
As you focus on this, a different sensation comes over you. It is not what happened before. You get pulled into an odd version of where you are. You close your eyes, and almost immediately you're just, whether or not you just are forced to open them or you just kind of give up on this, you open up your eyes and everything is in reverse. Everything's turned around. You're not like upside down, but you can obviously see that you're no longer aiming south, you're aiming north. Everything's all messed up, and it's not day, it's dark, it's nighttime. Everything still exists around you, but nothing else happens. What do you do?
Probably stand up. Then if I stand up, I don't see or notice anything different other than just this feeling of everything.
Other than
is
the
reversed.
change of reality, nothing else.
I'll make my way downstairs.
Okay. As you start to walk down the steps, all the stones of the other patrons start to float in the air and start circling around, spinning around like a barrier around the tower itself, spinning at a slow pace, not like it's impossible to pass, but they're constantly circling around the tower. Start making your way down to the second floor. All lights are dimmed except for the torches that are aimed around the husband and wife statues. They are different. Instead of them having circlet crowns, they're wearing full, like king and queen crowns on. The queen is wearing a hood, shrouding her face. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna see this and go, okay, like I thought I was maybe like fell asleep really hard and you wake up and you're kind of like, where am I? You know, kind of thing. But this is clearly not what's happening. So I'm going to continue down to the first floor, but on my way down, I'm going to call out for her. It's gonna be like, Cacopio?
Okay. You try to go, as you go down to the first floor, you notice you're wrapping around in a circle and you end up back on the second floor again, as if you came down from the third floor. This time, as you look at the statues, the man is fully armored and the woman is fully shrouded. Like a paladin and a witch.
I'm going to assume that this means she doesn't want me to leave this floor, so I will approach the statues.
Okay. Both hands that are holding each other, they're still holding together as they raise themselves up, and then both of them unlock, and they place their open palms down in front of you. Still as a statue format, as they're moving slowly, so you can hear the stone kind of shift as they twist their portions. Give me a perception check.
Oh man, this is so spooky. 21.
21. All right. You do notice that each finger of their hand has a ring. All of them have a very, very similar ring. All solid with several diamonds that surround. But on the female, there is one ring that has a large stone that's different than the rest. You would know this as a, basically like, you would know this as a stone that's supposed to represent royalty. Like kiss the ring, a servitude kind of ring.
You want me to kiss it? I mean, I'll do it, but
It's supposed to show servitude. I mean, that's the way it is. yeah.
Okay. I'm very creeped out right now. A little bit. Like, I mean, like, I trust her. She's a homie, as far as I know. So, but this is a little weird for me. I'm just going to eye the statue, but I will lean down and kiss the ring.
Okay. As you do, you look back up, and the statue is no longer a statue. It is a physical person. As she just caresses your cheek, she starts walking up the statue. The male is still the statue itself. You can give me a perception check on the male statue as she walks off past you.
Also 21. When it matters, I guess.
You're a soldier of the Aberrant Order. This statue is the first statue that's ever been created of the king. The statue that's next to him is the queen. As she walks off, as she just untransformed from the statue, she walks past you with long, what looks like a white witch robe. Long, silverish blonde hair extending out of the shadow of her hood. Pale skin. Not eerily pale, but just a gentle glow on a pale skin.
Mm-hmm.
She walks down as if she's kind of like a cleric. She's got both hands crossed as she walks past you. Probably about 5'9" in height. Heels, very luxurious, expensive wardrobe for what would be a white witch. You can still see her face underneath the cloak, as the cloak is not meant to necessarily hide her face, but more as a symbolic gesture, as the hood itself is very thin. So you can still see like the shape of her face. You can still see the silver eyes that hide underneath. As she can still see you too through it, as the cloak covers her face, but she can still look through the hood. She positions herself behind you, waits for you to turn around and look at her.
I do. Slowly, and I respectfully have my eyes trained on the floor until I finish turning, and then I slowly will look up.
As her voice speaks, you hear as if the voice is spoken through 100 different outputs in the room, even though you don't see where they're coming from. Not like it's giving you a headache, but it's just like it's a full surround sound of her voice. It's been so long since I've heard someone call this name. So many people try to use this name to call my other half. But it's happened a few times before. Whether it's accidental or not, it does please me.
Tokyo?
And she just kind of looks at you. But you're not exactly how I'd like you to be. She just kind of like taps you on the forehead, and you're wearing your Aberrant soldier armor again. Ah, much better. If you're going to serve me, you might as well serve me with the right clothing on.
I apologize. I was just a quick on my way to pay tribute. I didn't have time to present myself better. I apologize.
I'm assuming based off the awkward gaze, you weren't expecting me. You were expecting my winged version. My more angelic half.
To be honest, I'm not sure what I expected, because I saw another version, I feel like, maybe yesterday, and I like your different outfits, but I definitely hadn't seen that one before either.
She's like circling around you, pacing with grace, like very much like the rich girl, like walking around and just trying to eye you up. Like she's just kind of like, kind of like doing like the little finger thing as she's just kind of like aiming at you with like different kind of weird glares as she's just circling around you and just kind of doing the weird poses. Well, whether it was for me or one of them, you contacted for a reason. And I'm obliged to answer, whether or not I care to help. So, what can I do for one of my soldiers?
Well, I just feel a little confused and a little bit lost after one of my comrades, one of my a paladin, called out to you, and something happened, I suppose, and she rejected you, and you tried to hurt her, and I didn't know if I was allowed to know anything more about that, but I feel like I just want to make sure maybe that something isn't going on, if there's anything I could do to help or know about what's going on there.
I'll be honest, I have very little about the knowledge that you were just speaking. I'm assuming whoever this was, I'd say, looks a little out of sorts, let's say. 4 wings, pale, gaudy. We on the right path?
To put it lightly, yeah.
Yeah, I really
Very
don't have
not
control over what she
this.
does.
Oh. And you guys are not the same person?
We were.
Oh.
As she's still talking to you, she's still circling you, kind of like seeing, like, I wonder how much she knows. Like, not giving you any more information than you intend to actually, than you have. We were. But it's been a long time. We've all gone on our own paths.
And are you also the angelic form, or is this just your normal outfit and that's not you either?
Well, I'm I'm the queen. I am who
You're
I
the
am.
queen. Yeah. Um,
Like as she's like walking around due to like the sheer of like her cloak, she constantly does the thing where she's like holding like the side of her dress and she keeps like twirling it around you as she like spins around trying to show grace and beauty as she's trying to exhume that off of you. She just keeps like looking just seem to have a lot of information for one so young.
I study hard
No.
and I work hard.
Well,
And I was just hoping for more answers so I could study harder and serve you better
I can
and
definitely give you
help
answers
other
that serve me
people.
better. I can't really give you information about what let's call him a darker half has done in
Oh.
the recent moments.
Well, perhaps you don't have to give me that information, but maybe could explain more about the darker half of yourself and how somehow a paladin for you was able to call upon her instead. She tried to possess her, I believe, and she, rejected her, I think. And that did not go over well.
She may like stops in place, so she just seems a little perplexed. Interesting. We're gonna come back to you. We're gonna go
Bring who?
to our journeymen heading to the middle town. So it takes about an hour to get to the middle village between Curran's Gap and Averant. Is there anything that the three of you, Gaju, Apollo, and Silik, want to do on your way there?
Wait, I'm confused. Where are we going?
Aren't you guys going to go over to send the note?
Yeah, but weren't we just going to the tavern?
Oh, you're just going to go to the tavern to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought you guys were going to go over
Uh,
to the village to go try to anonymously drop off something to the nearest official.
Was
Is
that
there?
not the same thing?
There's no like non-averant guards around here.
Oh.
The village would be the only one that would have guards that don't serve the aberrant order. Around here, there would be patrol of
Yeah.
different soldiers of your rank or lower. But it's up to you what you want to do.
Wherever.
Well, you can go to the tavern. The tavern right now is the somewhat main attraction. As you can see, the chimney of the tavern is constantly blown out. A fume that is kind of used, the wind is kind of wrapping it around town. As you can smell a lot of what looks like they're smoking some kind of meat in there, and it's just going through the chimney, it's just surrounding the town. But yeah, in the tavern itself is not as packed as it was when you were last in there, but it's pretty full. Bar counter is about half full. There's a few tables available that you can sit at. A different wait staff is there. You see a human male walk up. Welcome in. Just the three of you? Are you looking to get something to eat, or are you going to sit at the bar?
Apollo is just like looking around, amazed right now. Just
So it's just like, oh, we'll get a table? Okay. Grabs like a little pamphlet, like a little parchment piece that has like the menu on it, and kind of like walks over to a table, gets you like a 4-top, sits you down, puts it in front of you. You can see like the breakfast / lunch menu. And if you want a drink, we got some ale, we got some new wine.
do you have water by chance?
We can do water. I mean, we're Rivertown. We can do some water. Yeah.
Please, yeah.
So it's just like, I'll get some water. All right. Pitcher water. Right up. He leaves a little bit, comes back with a few glasses and a carafe of water.
Okay, I will look at it, like guide you and be like, so who's should I give this to? Who's important here? I don't. I've never actually been in a bar before.
Silk just like looks at you interested. It's like, well, we need to get you a drink. That's where we start.
I've
It is
never
too fucking early.
really had a drink before.
How old are you?
I'm in my 30s. But I've just never really had, I guess, an opportunity.
What have you been doing over there?
Studying. Lots of studying.
I guess you got to make sure you're always flying straight, right? You know, don't want to get too much alcohol in there. You know.
Sure. Yeah, that's it.
Well, as far as handing it off, if we don't do an anonymous tip, I mean, still kind of like points over to one of the walls, and I mean, we want to try to leave some information over there. There's no one we can really talk to, but you know, can definitely leave like something on the bounty board that might help.
Well, weren't you saying that there's guards here, but like lesser soldiers or something?
Yeah, but I mean, I just want to make sure they don't recognize us. That's the only. I mean,
Oh,
I want to make sure they just don't. He kind of like pulls himself back with some words. I just want to make sure they don't. You know, they might know us. They might. We don't want them to recognize us. Yeah.
are you famous?
Oh no. We just we weren't allowed to be in there, and God, can you take it from here? I don't know. I mean, we just, yeah.
Let's just go put it on the board.
Okay. Do I just drop it
And
there and walk away?
That's probably best bet. Like you can see right now, there's like currently like what looks like a small group of 3 that are standing by it. It looks like they're actually reading the board, like trying to figure out maybe what's the best one to pick up. As you can see, they're well armored. You can see that they have like leather hides on. Each of them has like a bow on their back. A couple of them have a couple axes. They look like they're regular, like a hunter's guild. Usually going around from town to town instead of picking up jobs. Instead of having a regular job, their job is actually going town to town and picking up the local bounties to make their way, and then just keep moving town to town. And they're currently looking at it right now, kind of getting the lay of the land and trying to figure out what's going to be their best coin for the shortest time.
So wait a minute. I have a concern, I guess. Then, if we put this on the bounty board, do we have to offer money for people to do it?
I don't think we necessarily need anybody to go in there to. I mean, we're not asking anybody to go in there to kill him, right?
Well, no.
Well, I mean, like,
And I open the letter and read it again and be like, oh, but it just says to tell somebody that there's something dangerous there. There's really no like guide as to what they're supposed to do.
Maybe if we put out some money in there just to be like, someone head over to the nearest town, head over to Avrant and get some soldiers. We could throw some money in for that.
Should we rewrite this then?
I don't know. I mean, who wrote this thing?
Was it?
Zenia did.
Oh, right. I'm sure she means well, but yeah, we need to do something else.
Okay. So I'll fiddle around and pull out a piece of paper and like an inkwell and a pen, and I'm like, Okay, all right. What do we want to say?
Probably, for anybody who reads this, please get, here's extra coin for trying to get the soldiers around to head into the mines and make sure that you get rid of the god that's inside. I'm sure that works, right?
Oh, do we want God? Do we want to say God inside?
You know what? Are we trying to kill the thing? Like, he's pretty powerful.
You want the god of torture to just walk around?
I mean,
Okay. Kill the god of torture inside.
He's like, you know what? All right. So he like stands up. He's like, all right, whatever. So he starts heading over to like the guild members. As you can like see him go up to him, it's like, gentlemen, I got a proposition for you. So he just walks up to the 3 of them.
I'm gonna hand the note to guide you, and it literally is verbatim what he said with all the like to and on there and everything.
For you two, you can give me a perception check to try to listen to him, since he's like they're on the other side of the room from you.
15.
18.
He's just like, so, you guys looking to make some coin? Yeah, what? You got something you need us to do? Well, it depends. What's your going rate? Kind of like look at each other. I'll tell you what. He's just shaking his coin purse. I got 10 platinum. Yours right now. If you head into the mine, there is a kind of a. You guys look like you're pretty prepared. It looks like you can handle yourself, right? Maybe this isn't for you. No. What do you need? Well, 10 platinum. You head in the mine. Go as far north as possible. They're gonna see that there's gonna be like the tunnel fell in. Just push through that. There's a creature we left in there. Pretty tall man. Kind of looks like a Goliath. You guys fought a Goliath before? Oh yeah, no big deal. Well, 10 platinum. Tosses them right to him. Mind taking care of that for us? By the way, if you are going to go through, seal it up afterwards. We don't want him running out. Sounds good. As they start heading off past him. As he goes back and sits down. All right, all taken care of.
They're gonna die.
It's all right. They don't look like they're really doing anything good anyway.
What?
He's gonna feel something smack him again.
What? Why? What?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing based off their specific group, they don't really do the nicest things. So, they get them, cool.
So
They
you
don't.
just send people to the death.
I mean, based off the specific ones they're looking on the bounty board anyway, they weren't going to do any good favors for anyone.
Did they deserve to die, though?
Well, who knows? They might be proficient enough. They might be able to take care of it.
Or they
Okay.
might release another god on this fucking planet.
Well, let's be honest. If he's that strong, which, based off those punches I got, yeah, he didn't follow us. But I'm going to bet, so shaking another coin purse, what I got in here says that he's not even going to be in there when they get there.
I hope not for their sake. But that, I guess, still didn't necessarily accomplish our goal. Okay.
Well, do you want me to go get him back? I can go get him back.
Guide you?
A little far too used to being sent on death missions. And I'll get up and go follow after them.
Okay. So it's like, all right. Quick puts down like a couple copper for the water and immediately heads out after you. It's like, so we're gonna stop them or are we gonna follow them?
At least warn them. You did warn them, right? About what's down there?
Well, I didn't tell them what it was. I said, he looks like a Goliath. It's pretty dangerous. And there's a reason why he sealed off. I didn't tell them he was a god. I mean, who's gonna go try to kill a god for 10 platinum? You know how much they could have got me for that? Been a rip.
You offered us less!
I thought didn't he give you like, no, he offered you more.
I did? Alright, whatever.
I think
Because
we haven't even gotten paid the second half, so as far as we're concerned, I think we got paid the same amount. So.
Because didn't he give you 200 gold as a group before you guys actually started, and he was going to give you the other half upon your finishing?
I'm trying to look through my notes.
I think
While
it was
they're-
500.
While they're arguing about this or going back and forth, Apollo runs
yeah.
ahead to try to catch those guys.
I have 1,000
He's just
down
gonna
and
hear
1,000
his head.
inflation.
Yep.
So that comes out to about 120, what, 250 each? 250 each down and 250, yeah.
So what do you do, Apollo?
While they're going back and forth about this, because I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about with this money exchange thing, he will book it ahead to try to catch these guys.
Like, you guys are like, between Silicon and God, you guys are bickering so much, you don't even notice that, like, Apollo passes you. You're like, eventually, as you go up there, it's like, wait, what the hell is he doing? As you follow up against these guys, like, already, like, they're like one of them's like walking as he's like sharpening like the tip of his arrow. The other one's just kind of like scratching like the blade of his axe.
Gentlemen, stop, please.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so incredibly sorry. The gentleman who just came and talked to you, and offered you a job. He said these things. Did not give you the full information that he probably should have. The thing that's down there is much worse than he let on.
Or like,
and
how bad? Like a dragon?
Uh,
We've dealt with a dragon before.
I guess you could maybe say god tier.
God tier.
Yeah, it's real nasty.
Give me a persuasion check. They don't believe
Okay.
you. You're saying god tier like it's like, why would there be like a god level creature around here?
13.
13. They like two of them look at you kind of like they just like look at you and they start laughing. Like the other one is just kind of like looking at you is like, what do you mean god tier? Like you're saying there's a god down there?
I don't really know, but it definitely had abilities and strength equal to something much stronger than I could probably ever imagine. And the gentleman, actually, the one that talked to you, he got pretty badly hurt. And he's not a spring chicken. I mean, no, he is a spring chicken. I mean, oh man,
Like
He's,
when you're saying this, like you point at Silix just like watching, and as he sees you point at us, I was like, wait, why is he pointing at me? Oh god damn it.
I'm like, but he's so capable. He's so good, from what I can see. But I just don't think he thinks sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, it's not safe. I have a different job. I have a different job you could do for me instead, if that's okay, and it's far less dangerous.
Go on.
Okay. It's not as lucrative, I think, from what I could kind of hear. But so there's an army around here, right? Like a big army of people and really strong, right?
Yeah.
Could you maybe let them know? It's way safer and it's easy money. I mean, and I don't know if you guys you look like you travel a lot and it's so much easier. You don't even have to get your hands dirty. It's perfect, right?
So you want us to not go for this creature, to go talk to the average soldiers to do it for us?
Not for you, but just to keep you. You guys want to keep adventuring, right? So the best of all worlds is you let them handle it, right? They've got expendable resources, right?
How much are you willing to pay us to do this?
That's a very valid question that you gentlemen have. I gotta see which guys you actually have. Da, 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 da.
So imagine Gaichu and Silic are still bickering in the background.
Yeah.
Where is
Like you just see
Oh.
Gaju like waving his Gaju waving his hands, like Silk's like, what?
I can offer you 5 gold. I don't have a lot. But I promise you, it's much safer. Nothing good can come from you guys going down there. I promise.
Give me another persuasion check.
Okay. Well, that's an 8, I think.
Oh no.
Persuasion. Come on. There it is. Yeah, that would be an 8.
Okay. They look at you, it's like, well, our jobs are to get paid to kill, or at least retrieve. We already got paid 10 platinum. That's pretty good money.
Keep
Giving
the
us 8
platinum.
gold isn't really going to do anything.
Keep the platinum. There's absolutely nothing to retrieve down there. I was already down there. I saw this thing. There's nothing. There's nothing worthwhile.
They look at each other. You see, they step away from you like 10 feet and they start like huddling up and talking.
Are they looking directly at me or just talking?
They're just talking to each other. They're all looking at each other.
I actually walk up into the huddle because one of my flaws is that I'm really bad in social interactions.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand to see if you can sneak up there without them noticing you.
Oh, I'm not even trying to make it so they don't notice me. I just walk up and I
You just walk up?
go into the
Okay.
huddle
Like
Oh,
they're
I'm sorry.
like you get in like right when they're like, well,
this
maybe
is much
we
more intimate. I appreciate this. Yeah, okay.
maybe we do it and maybe we say we're not gonna do it and then we do it anyway when they don't look. It's like, wait, hi,
Hey,
we're talking here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe this was just a more easier way for us to talk because we're closer.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My
my bad. I apologize.
well, they look at each other just kind of confused. Like, well, I'll tell you what. We already got paid 10 platinum. You say that we can keep this money And we don't have to go in there. It's
100%.
free money, free 10 platinum.
As long as just go talk to the aberrant soldiers and just let them know there's a very big evil goddess thing down there that needs to be just taken care of, and just keep the platinum and adventure on, friends.
Okay. Well, I mean, 10 platinum to do nothing other than just go talk to somebody. Sounds like good money to me. Yeah,
And
sounds good to me too.
I may have overheard. Please, please do not go down there. It's I promise you, it's not worth it.
Like the leader is just kind of like, okay, we get it. While the other two are just like, you know what? The more he's not telling us to go on, the more I really want to just go check it out. Like I just, like, what is down there? Like, I just want to see it now.
No, you don't. I promise. I promise you, it will haunt my dreams, I'm sure, for a while.
Like, all right, we'll meet you halfway. 10 platinum. We won't go down there. But we do what our jobs are asked. We originally paid this 10 platinum to go find this thing. So, meet you halfway. We'll stay here during the day. One of our other members meeting up with us at nighttime. We can have him send out his bird in there and check it out for us. If it is what you say it is, we'll leave, go tell the average soldiers. If it is anything less and we can take care of it ourselves, we're going in. And we'll pocket anything we find inside.
That's fine. Just don't underestimate what it is. I promise it's not good, whatever it is.
Very well. If it is what you describe, we will leave and head over to the soldiers at a immediate pace and deal with it as the way that you suggested.
Can your bird tunnel? Because there's a lot of rubble that we kind of knocked down. I mean, that they knocked down behind them. That they mentioned to me, and it's blocking things.
Let's just say our companion has a lot of tricks to get in and out of places without being noticed or without any doors moving.
Okay,
including his companion.
Hope that he's all right then. And I think there was some guys in masks and robes also down there that were problematic. I'm sure that's nothing of an issue for you all, but the other thing definitely is an issue.
It's like they're just like, all right, we get it. We will take it from here. If for some reason you feel like there's more information you want to tell us or something else you want to provide, we'll be at the inn. We'll stay there for the day. We'll meet up with our colleague at night and we'll take care of it then. If for some reason you feel like you want to contribute more, maybe you want to jump into the group with us to take care of it. You look like you can at least no.
Well,
Never mind. As they just start like walking away, it's like, okay, we're all good. They just kind of like pocket the platinum that they got from Silic.
Good luck. Bye, friends. Adventurers.
Yeah. See you later. As they just start heading off to the tavern, as they get into not tavern, the inn. As they go procure a room for the night or the day, technically.
I'll go back to Silicon Guys and be like, okay, it's handled. They're going to wait for an associate, and then they're going to investigate with a bird, and ways to get in and out, and if it is bad, they are going to go tell the aberrant soldiers and not try to deal with it themselves and probably die, because I told them how badly you got womped on in the thing, and that you got hurt real bad, and we
you told them that? Why would you tell them that?
Because look how strong you are, and they're not probably as strong, and if you got hurt, they're really gonna get hurt.
God dang. All right, well, fine. It's like, all right, well, you took care of it.
Mad at me.
It's like, all right.
I thought I was squishy.
Silic just like walks with his head down, like, fine.
He'll put his hand on your shoulder and be like, I'm squishy too. See, and he like pushes his stomach a little bit. He's like, we're all squishy.
Like, all right. Well, what are we doing now then? We figured out the answer for that. So what are we doing now?
Well, should the 3 tieflings here go get the other tiefling?
Are we? We can go find.
What?
We can
Why-
go
why
find
are you-
Dahlia if
why are
that's
you
what you're
shushing
looking
me?
for.
I thought you guys were best friends.
Oh, well, oh, you
I
mean?
feel like Phil doesn't realize that I'm a tiefling.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. He's aware. He just saw it the other night.
No,
and-
but
Now
still,
you
does,
is not
my
hiding
character
it
doesn't know.
either
My
right
character
now.
doesn't know.
right. But Apollo doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like I think you're a little confused. There's only like I mean you mean 3 with you. So
Well,
you,
no.
myself,
and
and
he'll
Dahlia.
point at guide you and be like, last night I with the and the hoofs and the under the
just
bandana.
looks like Gaju's like right. Okay.
I dreamed
just-
that.
I
Wait.
I don't whatever. I don't know. Gaju, do you know what he's talking about?
Starts cleaning my glasses. I'm like,
Just kind of like looks at you.
I'll just like rip off my bandana. Happy.
Oh, so you just take off the enchantment?
No, I didn't even have it like on. I was just hiding it.
Oh, okay. So that's a thing.
wait, hold on a second. You guys are best friends and you didn't even know that?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. How come I didn't? We're best friends. How come I don't know about this? I see how it is.
Did I hurt your friendship? I'm so sorry.
No. You told me the truth.
Yeah, fine.
It's good to hear that around here sometimes. He starts
Okay,
walking off.
okay. Wait, no, hold on. I've read this. Friends should apologize with a hug.
He just like stops in place as he hears that. As his back turns towards you. How about it, Gaju? A hug? All good?
What is even happening right now?
It's 2 friends who were fighting and now we're trying to make up.
He just turns towards you and just opens his arm. I'm all ready to forgive if you are.
That is very forward and just
Hug it out. Hug it out. We all have our secrets, don't we, Silic?
What'd you say?
We all have our secrets, don't we, Silic?
What are you implying? As he kind of like just drapes his arms down a little bit. I'm not hiding anything. I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. As he looks at directly at you. I'll tell you what. We call ourselves Square. You can ask me one question. I'll answer it. One question.
Alright, hothead.
I actually run a little cold, but whatever.
Hey. However, the first night we met, you said you had anger issues, so hothead.
Fair enough.
What do you actually serve the order?
But did you say do you or why do you?
Why?
I mean, it's different now. I mean, when I started, I was, let's say, a kid with an attitude. And, you know, I was far away from home. I was in a place I didn't like. And my family's kind of messed up. And decided to... One of the soldiers... I got arrested. And I swung at a couple soldiers, and one of the guards thought that if I used that towards actually something good, then it would be better. So I decided to take it up and figured I could fight for money. But then eventually, now I just don't really see it anymore. Like, it's the drive I had before is kind of gone. I more or less like.
So what do you still say?
Well, I mean, it's the position I got. The same thing you guys got now. I mean, the ability to pick my missions. I mean, it's I can. There's occasionally the ones that allow me to do the things that actually help people. I don't really want to be in the war. I just want to kind of like, twist his leg, kind of like looks a little bashful. It's like, honestly, I just, have you ever wanted just to be like a hero? That's kind of what I want to do. I just want to save people. I don't want to be a soldier. I just want to save people. I mean, there's nothing more plain than that. I mean, I started off as a soldier and I did what they wanted me to do. But, I'd rather not be a hired gun. I'd rather just, if I could, I mean, if I really could without having any repercussions, I'd honestly leave the order and just. I don't like to use the term mercenary, but probably that, but just pick up jobs that would actually be helpful to people, not just going out to kill. I mean,
I roll on the order to see if I know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you can give me a history check with advantage because it wouldn't be too hard to know who they are.
Okay. Yeah, because they haven't said anything about. Now I'm hearing soldier and missions and
Okay.
order. That is a 18.
18. So the island that you're on is the home to one of the 3 kingdoms that's in war right now, and it's called the Avrant Kingdom. They're basically implying that, or at least he's implying that he's a soldier for them. And the people that you just sent to go, like the 3 that you just said that if, like, the people you want to go tell, those are the same soldiers. So he's implying he's one of those soldiers that, But yeah, he's just like, yeah, I've lost kind of like the will to care. Like it's always sent out missions to, go retrieve this, go do that, go save this diplomat from stupid crap. I'm not helping anyone. I'm just protecting like the average self-worth. There's no reward in that. Anybody who says otherwise is either too petty or doesn't know what they're actually doing.
I think Gaiju's a little stumped because it was the answer he was hoping for, but at the same time he's still just as frustrated. There's no heroes in the Avrant.
He's like,
And
he just like looks at you. He's like, he pulls out like his sword with it still sheathing, takes it, like unattaches it from his belt, and he just kind of like passes it to you. And he's just like, this is the only thing that I got from my father. The only thing he ever gave me was a weapon. Like the only thing I ever was raised was how to hurt somebody. Think of this as also I'm trying to just start a life outside my father. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll never not have this sword. I've made it my own. I've constantly had it worked on. I've constantly had it modified, and it is now my weapon, not his. But that, think of it as I don't want to be his son. I don't want to be their soldier. I just want to be me.
And now you can call us even.
Hug it out.
Sure.
All right. All right.
Alright, boys, let's get back.
Okay. So as you head back, we're going to switch over to Dira.
Just as we're walking away, can I just be like, so I know you said this. Do you know there's a story about 5 teenagers who also had attitude, and they were called upon to protect the realm, and it was amazing.
Oh
And
my
like,
god, that sounds awesome.
it's fading off.
So Dira, you are working on Zephinia's blade. You are able to use up. There's plenty of material to use. Depending on how much time you want to actually work on it. There is actually your family doesn't really have anything here to like work on enchantments. That's not their thing. But you're able to fix the blade to where it was. If you want to spend more than a day on it, you could technically make it a little bit better. And when I say a little bit better, like add like a D4 to its damage. Otherwise, it would take you only about like half a day to just fix it to its original parameters.
Well, what do you think, Zephania? I don't know if we got the time, but I'm tempted.
I don't think we have the time. I'd appreciate it, but let's come back to that. Got a
Yeah.
lot of our plate right now.
So
Another day.
Zephania, whether or not you're like impressed or amazed or just dumbfounded by this, you see how Dira moves around the forging and the smithing and all the blacksmithing tools as if it's second nature, moving everything.
Oh, I am completely impressed.
Everything from doing two hands at the same time, like controlling one thing with another, seeing that that's what this family is raised on is a whole business about smithing. And getting more of an appreciation of maybe what like Cindy does and stuff like that, even though she does more of an enchantment thing. But you see the like everything that goes into it, and you see the amount of love and effort she puts into it just to even fix up half a blade. But by the time she finishes, and about the time that will eventually get everyone back, is the time that the blade is done being forged. And by that time, the blade itself is fixed in a way where it doesn't look like it ever broke. It was reforged and resmelted and redone in a way where the blade is all brand new, even though it's exactly the same way it was before. But unless there's something that you two want to talk about during that process, which if there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. But while that's going on, we switch back over to Dahlia.
Yeah, I didn't have anything particular. Do you?
No, just idle chit chat.
Same.
Sorry, my headphones were messing up with me. What'd you say?
Just
No, we
idle
would
chit
just
chat.
idle chit chat and be mostly focused on the sword. So we didn't have
Maybe
anything
just a
particular.
shudder of. I feel like Silic is gonna mess up giving this letter somehow.
He knows what he's doing. Bam.
The disturbance in the forest.
Yes.
If I'm,
My Silic senses are tingling.
I'm focusing a lot on this so that I don't think about other things, which I'm sure Zephania understands.
Yes.
See, if I was actually a player in this game, I would definitely not make him like this because I'm like, I don't want a dumbass character. But yeah, all right, so
He's your dumbass.
This is wonderful.
back over to Dahlia. So she looks at you as you kind of mention all the information. Well, what is it that you want from me? What is it that you need?
Understanding. Like, I thought that was you. It felt like your presence a little bit. And then there's the angelic version of you that, is what you see on the statues and stuff. And this is lovely. This is lovely. But I was not expecting this either. Looks a little familiar, but I'm not really sure about it. That's besides the point. I guess, if that's not you, even though she's pretending to be you, does that mean that my friend isn't disowned, per se? For rejecting that
Well,
entity?
I believe you found me by accident. Normally, I do not accept these kind of calls, per se.
Oh.
I am not a god. Honestly,
Uh-oh.
neither is she.
Oh.
None of us are. At least not separately. Give me a persuasion check.
That's a 10.
10.
With a plus fucking 7. It's still a 10.
She looks at you. My information and my help is far but free.
Oh.
What would you give me for my help?
I suppose we should backtrack a little bit before we start making deals. Because I called out to Cocovio. Is that you? Or no?
She looks at you. She kind of like... It almost looks like she's trying to think of the proper way to answer. In a way. Yes and no.
What does that mean exactly?
I can't really answer that without making a deal with you. Giving you that kind of information is very delicate. I can't just give that to anybody who just calls upon my name. I mean,
Well,
obviously, I respond to it.
Respectfully, I understand, but I am wearing this, and I have done a lot in your name so far. I've been very, loyal, and I feel like that I am not somebody that is just someone that calls upon you. You can trust me to receive this information. I came to you for answers, didn't I? I didn't go outside for anyone else.
Well, faith in me, my faith in you. We can make a pact. How about that?
I feel like I'm already kind of in the pact with you because, that's how I do the guiding bolt and all of that. So, and I'm wearing this armor. It's got your logos all over it. So, this is kind of a sponsorship already in a way. So, if you want something more, I am more than happy to serve, but I would like more information about what I'm signing up for, per se. Because, I already feel like I'm serving. I already feel like there is a pact. So if you are Cocobio but not Cocobio, then where does that leave me? Do I only serve half of you?
Depends on where this goes. I mean, especially with your friend. Sounds like she forced Cacolpio out of her. And Cacolpio was not a big fan. So, your
That
path might
wasn't
follow hers.
Cocobio. You said earlier.
Neither am I. And also I am.
You have like a chalkboard in here, we could draw this out.
She's like, very amusing. But my time is very precious.
I respect this. I respect that. But you could understand my apprehension. I feel like you have spoken nothing but riddles to me so far, and if that's how you choose to speak to me, then so be it. I am just a humble servant here to listen. But as for deals, as for my continued servitude, as for devoting even more of my time and loyalty to you than I already have, I feel like I need a more laid out, straightforward answer about what is going on here. Because if you're Cocobio but not Cocobio, and she's Cocobio but not Cocobio, and then that's Cocobio, and you haven't said that's not Cocobio, and that's who I typically pray to. That's who I typically pray to, and you're the one answering here when I'm praying to her, then what deal do I have to make with you if I'm not trying to talk to you at all, but actually trying to talk to her? You said so yourself you don't typically answer these calls. I just keep going. She just keeps going and talking in circles.
Well, let's get straight to it. Are you willing to continue to serve?
I'm here. That's a yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
She just walks up to you, takes a finger, puts it right towards the spot of your chest right above your heart.
No.
And as she starts pulling back, like a thread of arcane energy, she starts pulling back. Do you swear? As she starts kind of twisting and start pulling in threads of arcane energy. And so it's like weaving them in her hands as she keeps pulling like a string that you never know when it's going to finally pull too long.
What am I swearing to again? We haven't laid out the details.
You already said you were a servant of Kokopiel.
Yeah,
You are
I
swearing
mean,
that you will forever be a servant of Kokopiel.
oh, okay. See, we didn't say forever. I just said I would like to continue serving, which I do. I don't feel like we need to. Is that my lifeline or something? Are you going to kill me? Wait, I mean,
She kind of
you
smirks.
wouldn't. Huh?
She kind of smirks.
Oh, I don't like that.
She just keeps
I'm
weaving it around her fingers. At this point, she's wrapped it about 3 times around her hand.
going to take a small step back.
Okay. What are you so scared of?
I'm not scared. I just would like to have more of a conversation before you toy with whatever that is that's coming out of my chest. It feels a little weird.
She keeps pulling back, and she walks 5 feet forward, closer to you. She keeps weaving.
And if I say no, not because of any disrespect, but maybe just because this is like not the conversation I was trying to have. And I would like more time to ponder how effective I could be for you.
Her whole eyes start to glow silver now, as
Oh,
almost like headlights from a vehicle. You are praying to a god. There is no half in, half out. Either you devote or you do not.
I am devoted. I'm here. I'm here. I've devoted almost my whole life to you. I've gone to the temples almost every day. My free time was spent at the temples for years. I'm in the order. I'm wearing this uniform.
You are
I almost
implying
died twice yesterday
that what you were given is enough.
for a mission.
I am requiring more. Full servitude. No half in, no half out. She keeps weaving in as you start seeing the loose string starting to get a little more taut. As you start to feel it pulling on your chest. She starts to keep weaving, but she starts to lower her hand to allow it to relax a little bit. She slowly starts doing it, almost as if she knows that it's almost running to the end.
Not. I do serve. But
She immediately interrupts you and she just pushes you off the ledge. Then prove it, as you just immediately fall backwards. As you dive where there's no ground, as you keep falling and falling and falling. Until you hit a pool of black water that you keep falling under. That's where we're going to end it for the night.
oh shit. Stop doing this to me. Stop doing this to me.
Temple, she says.
Nothing can happen, she said. I was like, well, Dira got, upset. What's the worst that could happen? It's Dahlia too. Okay. Oh my god.
Yay!
Oh
Stop.
gosh.
10 more minutes. Just 10 more minutes, please. Give me some answers. I'm desperate.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think she's wanting to give you answers, Dahlia.
She's not wanting me to leave either. I'm scared.
Nope.
And I'm like, how can I weasel my way out of this one?
So,
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think the weaseling, I'm not sure.
Oh,
Got a week to think about it.
No.
That is the end of the session for the night. Thank you for everybody for watching. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the chats. We will talk to you next time. Have a good night.